Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Post Cologne. Today we're going to be unboxing 3 new Lattafa fragrances, including Lattafa's Liam Grey. So let's jump into it. All right, we're back with another unboxing first impressions video of 3 new Lattafa fragrances that I recently picked up from both Fragrance Buy and Perfumes Online. Links are going to be down in the description if you decide you want to check any of these out. Also got some coupon codes, save yourself a few bucks off your first purchases at either one of those shops. Your eyes don't deceive you. I am back. I am making some videos. I know I took a little bit of time off. I'm not going to bore you with the personal details of where I've been and what's been going on. I'm happy. I'm healthy. Maybe at the end of this video, I'll give you a little bit of an insight of where I was. But you guys came here for fragrance reviews, and that's what I'm going to give you. So let's quit screwing around and let's get into it. All right, so we're going to kick things off with a certified cheapie from the Lattafa sub-brand of Rave, and it's Lattafa's Rave Nardo Black. Now you can scoop this up for between $16 and $20 at Fragrance Buy and Perfumes Online, and there is no box presentation, so that's where you're getting your savings from here. You're getting a bag of fragrance. So can't do my knife flip on this one. Let's just take a look at this. All right, so there we have the bottle presentation for Rave Nardo Black. Pretty straightforward, just a cylindrical bottle with the glass there. A bit of a cheapy plastic cap, has the name of Rave up top there in some silver, but it is kind of a cheapy, lightweight plastic cap to this. And the atomizer on this bad boy, decent, definitely get the job done, but nothing too crazy on that one. So what does this smell like? So right off the jump, just smelling this in the air, this does have a very familiar DNA going on to it. Got some nice citrus that's going on. It's got some kind of grapefruit, lemony style of citruses, as well as a little hint of some mint and some nice kind of grassy, woody style of like vetiver that's moving in there as well. Very good kind of barbershop, gentlemanly style of scent DNA going on to this, but let's get this on paper and let's dive in. Yeah, so lots of citruses in this opening. That grapefruit, there's some lemon, there's a little bit of a kind of a sparkly, spicy style of ginger that's worked in there, along with this kind of fresh, cooling mint. But it does have that barbershop quality moving in with a little bit of vetiver, maybe some sandalwood in the base. Really reminds me of Armaf Legacy, which is kind of a dupe or a twist on the Platinum Egoist. That's what this really reminds me of. Very barbershoppy, very masculine, but it is quite nice. Yeah, citrusy, little hints of some sweetness to there. Like I said, got kind of a grassy feel to it, but also a little bit of a soapiness that's coming through, giving it that kind of barbershop quality, but very masculine style of fragrance right now, very gentlemanly, kind of dapper, like dress up, fresh shave style of fragrance, but it is very similar to the Armaf Legacy or that Platinum Egoist style of DNA. Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this one. So let's skip to the dry down, see how this unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, back with the dry down of Lattafa's Rave Nardo Black. Been about an hour, let this settle down, do its own thing. Hasn't changed a whole lot, but some of those base notes have come through a little bit more. It has a nice muskiness to it. That vetiver has come through a lot more. Has that dry, grassy, almost lemony style of vetiver that comes through, and it mixes with that frankincense and labdanum, adding to that kind of dry accord that's going on. The ginger's still there, so it has that kind of, that not quite sparkly, but that kind of like fresh, spicy aspect of a ginger with that mint tucked in behind, not as prominent as it was in the opening, but does have kind of a liveliness, a freshness to it, and it just gives it that overall kind of clean, sharp barbershop style of scent DNA, and I'm quite enjoying this one. If you're into that Platinum Egoist, Armaf Legacy style of scent DNA, that's what you're going to get with this. So if you have either of those fragrances, this definitely will be redundant. But if you don't and you're looking to kind of get a nice barbershop style of fragrance, pending performance, I think this is a great cheapie pickup. This is fairly well blended. It doesn't have that cheap sort of feel to it, but I think bang for your buck, I think this is a pretty good pickup. So pending performance, I'm going to have to wear this a few times and get back to y'all on that one. But so far, pretty happy with this one. That's Lattafa's Rave Nardo Black. All right, next up from the House of Lattafa. This is one I'm really looking forward to because I have heard it's a clone of one of my favorite fragrances, so we're gonna find out soon, and that's Lattafa's Al Awsaaf. Awsaaf? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Correct me in the comments, spell it out phonetically for me so I don't screw that up in the future. Picked this up for $26 at Perfume Online, and let's just get right into this. All right, there's the box presentation for Lattafa's Al Awsaaf. Nothing crazy, just typical cardboard box. A little bit of a kind of shimmering gold on there, but let's see what the bottle looks like. All right, so there we have the bottle presentation for Al Awsaaf. It kind of reminds me of the Aqua de Gio style of bottle, just the kind of the rounded corners there, nice thick base to that, a little bit of a design up front, just a blank white on the back. That's a little odd. It's just wasted real estate there. You could have done something fancy, but whatever. Cap on this, cheap plastics, got a little bit of thickness to it, but I could probably crush this with my powerful hands if I wanted to. And the atomizer on this, nice atomizer. Good distance on this one, good distribution, will definitely get the job done. But what does this smell like? So right off the jump, just smelling this in the air, it does have that spice bomb vibe going on to it, but I wouldn't say this is necessarily like a one for one. I'm getting a lot of this kind of nice resinous sweetness. There's this violet coming through, the pink pepper has that spice to it, has this sweetness to it, some tonka. It's got this kind of vanillic vibe going on in the air, mixing with those spices, and a little bit of that kind of that balsamic sweetness coming from some like myrrh and some elemi that's working in the air right now. So quite nice, has that spice, but the violet's coming through quite a bit in that air. So let's get this on paper and let's see what we're dealing with. So right off the jump, there is a bit of an alcohol opening to this. A little bit harsh in this opening, but I'll give this a second to settle down. Yeah, I'm definitely picking up on that violet that's coming through. The pink pepper is definitely there. So it has that spiciness to it, has that sweetness to it. That added violet kind of floral touch to it is a little bit different than the spice bomb. Getting some nice cedar that's coming through. So it does have that kind of masculinity to it. Got the kind of spiced cedar that's playing well with the pink pepper as well as those other spices. So this is quite nice. As this is opening up a little bit more, that cedar is pushing forward a lot more. So it has that kind of spiced, dry cedar feel to it, mixing with those spices. That sweetness from the pink pepper still there. That violet is definitely still playing a major role here. But it does have that kind of that thickness that's coming from that myrrh, that elemi. So it has that kind of balsamic nature that's going on to it. But it is the star of the show right now is the cedar, the spices, and just a little bit of sweetness that's kind of tucked in behind that. Not convinced this is this might be a twist on Spice Bomb Extreme. I'm gonna pull it off the shelf and get my nose on it, but there's similarities, but I'm not saying this is a direct clone necessarily. It's not bang on for me, but let's skip to the dry down, see how it unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, back with the dry down of Lattafa's Al Awsaaf. Been about an hour, let this settle down, do its own thing. While this was drying down, I actually got my nose on my Spice Bomb Extreme just to kind of compare the two. And I don't think this is a one-to-one clone. This is, I can see why people would make the comparison, but it's not quite the same. It has similar spices. The myrrh in this kind of comes through, gives it that sweet balsamic nature and adds a little bit of additional spiciness to it, but it doesn't quite hit that Spice Bomb Extreme style of spice. It's close, but no cigar in that case. This does also have it does have a little kiss of that Middle Eastern vibe going on to it. Like a little bit of this agar wood that's in the back. It is tucked behind and you really have to huff on this in order to pick it up, but that's what's kind of separating it in a lot of ways is that agar wood that's in the back. The cedar is still here, but it's not as prominent as it was in that opening and kind of that midpoint. But all that aside, whether this is a Spice Bomb Extreme clone or not, which I don't think it necessarily is, it might be a twist on it. It is a very nice fragrance. It does have that nice blend of the woods, the spices, those sweet balsamic nature to it. A little bit of tonka in here as well, adding in a little bit of additional dryness and some sweetness that goes on to it. So I think it's a really nice fragrance, but if you're going for that Spice Bomb Extreme one-to-one, I don't think it's going to get you there. You might be a little disappointed. I'm enjoying this one. I think this is going to be a great kind of hidden gem. I haven't heard too much about this one, so I'll have to get back to you guys on that one. But for 26 bucks, I think they did a good job on this one, so I'll let you guys know once I do a full review. That's Lattafa's Al Awsaaf. All right, last, but hopefully not least, we're going with Lattafa's Liam Grey. Now you can pick this up for $26, $32 at places like Fragrance Buy and Perfumes online. This is called a couple different things. It's called just straight up Liam. I've heard Liam Grey, as well as Liam Silver, I believe. All the same ones, so pretty excited about this one. There's been a little bit of hype around this one, so I'm eager to test this one out and see what it's all about. So let's do that, shall we? All right, so there we have the box presentation for Lattafa's Liam. This is a big old box. I'm not sure, I don't think the bottle's that big, but kind of a nice kind of cutout right here, revealing kind of a nice shiny silver, but yeah, overall pretty nice box. But let's see how this opens up. Oh, so it opens up like a so, revealing our fragrance inside that should be sitting a little bit tighter in that, but decent presentation. Nice little foam fuzzy insert there, but you know, whatever. Bottle presentation on this, pretty nice. Typical kind of rectangular bottle, has a bit of a like a rounded corner here, but it's got like a bit of a bevel to it as well. A little bit of a shape like so, but overall pretty straightforward. Cap on this is plastic, but it's got some thickness to this, so like I can't necessarily crush this unless I really tried. So decent quality on the cap, and the atomizer on this, also a very nice atomizer. Oof, I do like that. That is a good atomizer. What does this smell like? Oof, so right off the jump, just smelling this in the air, this is a really nice kind of creamy, has some spice to it. There's a nice black tea note that I'm getting in the air, mixing with those spices, and this nice kind of soft, almost powdery creaminess that's going on. I'm digging this one so far. Let's get it on paper. Let's dive in. Really nice cardamom and black tea in this opening. There's some iris in here as well. It's giving it that powdery sort of feel going on to it, a little bit of that floral sweetness going in, but mostly I'm getting sweetness from that black tea, a little bit of fig that's there, and that cardamom spice. It's not overpowering cardamom. It's not like an overly spicy fragrance, but it does add that nice little kiss of spice to it. This is really nice. I have heard this is a clone of BDK's Gris Charnel. I've not had my nose on that one before, but I looked at the notes and they pretty much line up the exact same. I think this one has just a little bit of added vanilla and patchouli, I believe. So pretty much the exact same note breakdown. So, but I can't tell you if this is a good clone of that one because I haven't smelled that one. Very much a unisex style of fragrance. I think both ladies and gents could pull this one off. Yeah, quite nice. Let's skip to the dry down, see how this all unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, back with the dry down of Lattafa's Liam Grey. Been about an hour, let this settle down, do its own thing. This is a beautiful fragrance. I'm really enjoying this one. This nice creamy sandalwood that's in here, but it's mixing with that black tea and that fig. The black tea and fig combination in this is really nice. It's adding that sweetness to it, mixing with that creamy sandalwood. The iris is still there, giving it that powdery texture, that softness, the kind of comforting sort of vibe that's going on to it. It's just a really nice, well-blended fragrance. I am enjoying this quite a bit. The black tea comes forward a little bit more than the fig, but you can definitely tell the fig is in there, and that sandalwood and that iris just add just a really nice texture to this. It adds that woody element, that floral element, and it just, overall, this is a really nice fragrance. I have to get back to you guys. I'll definitely be doing a full review and let you know. So overall, pretty pleased with this one. That's Lattafa's Liam Grey. All right, so there you have it. That's my unboxing, first impressions of 3 new Lattafa fragrances that I recently picked up from Fragrance Buy and Perfume Online. But I want to hear from you guys. What are some other Lattafa fragrances you want to see me do an unboxing or a full review on? Comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. I love getting your different recommendations, your taste and scent profiles. Appreciate you. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.